What is up, everybody? We are back here for the NFL Week 11 game picks and betting locks here at King Film Sports. And let's get into the Week 10 action recap. So first, Thursday night, Falcons and Panthers. I don't know what happened in that game. Weather was bad. They just really didn't run the ball very well, and the Panthers took advantage. Panthers just looked like the better team in that one, so Falcons minus 2.5 was a loser there. Vikings-Bills, game of the year. We had Vikings +7, so the actual game result was hanging in the balance, but Vikings +7 was pretty secure all throughout the end of the fourth quarter and overtime. But what a game that was. What a win for the Vikings outright there. Lions-Bears, great game there. Lions come back in the fourth quarter to get a 1-point win. That was an electric finish there. And then the Steelers dominated the Saints in that second half to win there in Pittsburgh. Then Cardinals +160 hit for us in LA as neither of the starting quarterbacks for these teams played, but Colt McCoy just outdueled the Rams quarterbacks, John Wolford and Bryce Perkins there. So hit the Cardinals and great value at +160 there. Then Niners-Chargers, I thought the over was the right side there, came up 7 points short, but there were a lot of field goals that were settled for in that game. A lot of points to be had that just weren't. And then Monday night, Commanders get the outright upset. We had them at +11 there, so that is a winner. And overall, great week for us. Week 10, we were +4.1 units, which now gets us up to 10.8 units up on the season. And game picks, pretty solid at 91 and 58, hitting at 61% there. So now let's get to the Week 11 action. And on Thursday night, we got a good game here. Titans traveling up to Lambeau to face the Packers. Give me the Titans here +150. This game would have been more like a toss-up if the Packers didn't end up coming back and snapping their 5-game losing streak against the Cowboys at home last week. But they did have a great comeback in that one and won it in overtime there. But give me the Titans. I think they will be able to run the ball a lot better than they did against Denver last week. And I think the Packers might have got clicking on offense there, but this Titans defense is really, really good. I think it's going to be tougher to move the ball on them than it was against Dallas. So I think that just the number is too good here. Titans +150. Tannehill and that Titans offense will do better than they did last week on the short week here. Give me the Tennessee Titans to win in Green Bay there. Then we get to the Sunday action where we've got the Bears-Falcons. Not taking the side here, taking the under 51. I just think that this total is too high for two predominantly running teams. Don't get me wrong, the Bears have gotten into their fair share of shootouts this season, but I just think that the clock will tick in this one, and before you know it, you get into the fourth quarter very early in this game, and score is looking like 20-17 type football game here, so I just think that this one has to go under just because these two teams will chew up the clock so much in that game. Next, we get to the Commanders at the Texans. I know this is a dummy trap line, square play for me here, but give me the Commanders on the road, laying the 2.5 points. As I like to say, this is a quasi-money line type pick. And I just think that the Commanders are clicking right now with Taylor Heinicke. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. And the last 2 weeks, they've played the best 2 teams in the NFC, and they've held their own. Probably should have beaten the Vikings. Heinicke had a costly fourth quarter pick there, and they blew a 10-point lead. Then they go on the road to upset the Philadelphia Eagles. So this Commanders team has proven themselves to me, and they're only laying 2.5 on the road against the worst team in football, the Texans, who only have 1 win. Texans looked horrible last week in New York. Even though they're coming back home, give me the Commanders to win this one in a rout. Next game, give me the Colts +9. I know this one is a gutsy pick because the Eagles are going to be in a bounce-back spot, and the Colts might have a little regression of the mean after that great win against the Raiders, but I just think Jeff Saturday, as the interim head coach of this team, I think he's bringing out the best in this squad. Don't forget, the Colts were supposed to be a great team coming into the season. That O-line is the highest paid O-line in the league. Jonathan Taylor was supposed to be the best running back coming into the season, and they showed a lot of that last week against Las Vegas. Las Vegas, not a great defense, but I think there are some yards to be had on the ground against this Eagles team, as the Commanders showed on Monday Night Football. So I think Matt Ryan, if he plays like he did last week, the Colts will have a shot to win this one outright in an upset. Don't think it's going to happen because I think the Eagles will be more sharp on offense, won't turn the ball over 3 times, but still 9 points is a lot in this one, so give me the Colts to cover the spread in a 1-possession bout there. Next, we get to an AFC West battle, Raiders and the Broncos, in a game where we have 2 very disappointing teams. In this one, I know I shouldn't be doing it. I've died on the Raiders too many times this season, but give me the Raiders plus 130. The number is just too good to pass up here. As disappointing as the Raiders have been, I think they know it, and I think they are due to bounce back here. Derek Carr crying in his press conference. This means a lot to him, and he's shouldering a lot of the blame for this. So I think that he's going to go out there and perform. And more importantly for this game, I mean, the Broncos have not been better than the Raiders, as disappointing as they've been. I mean, this Broncos team just went to Tennessee, and they didn't do anything on offense in that game. I know the Raiders' defense isn't too good, but the first time these 2 teams played, the Raiders got the best of the Broncos by a lot in Las Vegas, so I think they complete the season sweep in Denver there at plus 130 on the money line. Next, we get to the Vikings hosting the Cowboys. Give me the Vikings plus 110. The price of this matchup makes absolutely no sense. How are the Minnesota Vikings underdogs at home after getting the best win in football in Buffalo last week and winning in Washington the week before? I have no clue. This Vikings team is playing great football right now, whereas the Cowboys just absolutely choked it in Lambeau last week. Have another game up north on the road. I just do not think this bodes well for them. Dak Prescott did not play well last week, and their defense got shredded in that second half. So I think that Kirk and this potent Minnesota offense is going to put up a lot of points here. Give me Minnesota to get the dub at home. Next, we get to an AFC West battle here. Chiefs at the Chargers. Give me the Chargers plus 7. I expect them to get a couple of weapons back this week, whether it be Keenan Allen or Mike Williams on offense. I know they are dealing with a bevy of injuries on their defense too, but I expect them to get a little bit healthier. And overall, I was a bit impressed with their performance on Sunday Night Football. That defense played pretty well against a great Niners offense, and I think Herbert played a decent game considering what little weapons he had. I think they will be able to hang with the Chiefs. Remember that Week 2 battle that they had earlier this season was pretty close. Chargers only lost by 3. That's all I'm asking for them here. So give me the Bolts plus 7 on primetime. I think they keep it close. Next, we get to the final matchup of Week 11, and this one is going to be played in Mexico City. We got Niners at the Cardinals. Spread on this is 8.5 right now in favor of the Niners, so no play on that one. But once again, give me the over 43. I just think that this Niners offense is playing really good. Only put up 22 points on offense last week. I thought they would put up 30+, but they did settle for a few too many field goals there. I think they get to 30 this week, and I think this Cardinals offense, whether they have Colt McCoy or Kyler Murray, they have traditionally been able to move the ball in the Niners defense in the last couple of years. So I think they do that there. I think the score of this game is around 31-20, 31-24 in favor of the 49ers here on Monday Night Football there. So give me the Niners in the over 43. So with that being said, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the picks down below in the comments. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.